Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University, and Rainbow Brite, issue number 1 from Dynamite Publishing. This is a crazy. I read this comic book and it was like I was reading The Expendables Part 1, 2, and 3, all rolled up in one, wrapped up in like every single freaking Nicolas Cage movie ever made, including Sleeps with Angels or whatever that freaking crazy stuff was. Like, and it was just violent, it was set on fire, and Jet Li kicked it right in the nuts, and it was awesome. Okay, it wasn't quite that good, but I actually did enjoy this comic book. Let's talk about who made this comic book, guys. So we got Jeremy Whitley on writing. We got artist Brittany Williams. We got colorist Valentina Pinto, and letterer Travis Esposito. We got 4 covers, man. One of them is a Hallmark New York Comic Con exclusive cover, which I gotta admit, I kind of want. That's really freaking cool, man. Dude, I want that cover. Anyway, this was a fun comic book, all right? This was generally a fun comic book. And basically, it's the origin, it's part 1 of the origin of Rainbow Brite. She doesn't get to turn into Rainbow Brite just yet. So what happens is Wisp and Willow, there's these 2 little girls, and they're very, quote-unquote, tomboyish, and they're running around playing swords and Dungeons and Dragons and wizards and, yeah, goblins and stuff. Excuse me. And they're kicking the booty, you know? And all of a sudden, these shadow monsters show up, and right now they happen to be going after the color blue. So that's interesting. And what do you call it? Wisp. She winds up like smacking one of these things and like, what? And start chasing. And then Sprite, that little that little white and colorful Tribble with legs and arms and a face. Remember the Tribbles from Star Trek, right? Right? Anyway, it shows up and it's just like, oh yeah, man, most people can't see them and they definitely can't touch them. So they're more interested in eating you or whatever because, you saw them. That's not cool, man. That's not cool. So it's like, what do I do? It's like, well, I need to recharge. I need to get energy. And the way that they recharge him is actually pretty novel. I liked it. Basic and yet novel at the same time. I like this. I like this comic book. Again, we don't see her change, but I'm okay with that. Am I going to read issue 2? Yeah, I would like to read issue 2, but I don't know if I'm going to remember to get the comic book. We'll see, honestly, we'll see. I'm going to have to, there's going to have to be something that actually reminds me, hey, this comic book exists, because when I'm at the comic book store and I'm looking for my comic books, I'm looking for my comic books. You know what I'm saying? So if I happen to notice that this is there also, yeah, I'll probably grab it also. But, I don't know. It's not earned a place in my pull list. Let's just put it that way. All right. But I am really interested in seeing how she actually turns into Rainbow Brite, because this is, dude, whatever, man. This is actually kind of interesting. I was thoroughly impressed. All right. I don't know, man. I know there's going to be a bunch of people just like, dude, what the frick happened, man? Professor. You're a veteran. A lot of women are vets too, man, so I don't want to hear it. This was good. I don't feel the need to prove my masculinity to anybody, dude. I'm a grown-ass man. You know what I'm saying? And I saw this, and I was just like, you know what? I'm going to read Rainbow Brite. I remember being a little kid, and I remember it must have been around 1983, and I'm at Caldor with my mom. That's right. I'm from Jersey. I went to Caldor when it existed. And it's, in the toy section, and I'm looking, and I was like, oh, the Rancor. That's right. There's only one time in the history of creation that Professor Bill has actually seen the Rancor in stores. And of course, my mom doesn't get that stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I could write a book about the things that my mom would not buy for me, and this was one of them. She did not buy me the mother effing Rancor. And we're seeing counselors at this point, multiple, because it was kind of traumatic. It still weighs on me heavily that she never bought me the frickin' Rancor. But she did, however, buy my sister her Rainbow Brite, and I think it actually came with a little Sprite thing. And it wasn't fair. And, I appealed to men's rights, boys' rights, whatever, prepubescent kids' rights, and, teens. And I took my mom to court for irreconcilable differences. And, I did the best I could, but Judge pointed out something about it was my sister's birthday, not mine, so what can you do? So I get it, I guess, but still, that was a missed opportunity to get the Rancor. So I was kind of held it against Rainbow Brite that I didn't get my Rancor. You know what I'm saying? Like, I guess if my birthday were just 3 months, earlier, I would have gotten it, but whatever. It is what it is. But I remember seeing like Rainbow. I don't remember if it actually had a cartoon or not. I remember Strawberry Shortcake had a cartoon. I remember the Care Bears had a cartoon. I remember seeing both movies. That's right. Both. I don't know how many other movies they made, but there were 2 Care Bears movies. And I think for one of them, there was a Rainbow Brite commercial, not commercial, but like, mini thing, like a 5-minute movie before the actual Care Bears movie. I enjoyed it. And then we went to the Ponderosa afterwards and we had the buffet. I had the split pea soup and some other stuff. And like I said, I'm a Jersey boy. Whatever, man. I have some fond memories of freaking Rainbow Brite. Like, they weren't great memories, but like my sister had the toy. I thought they were actually kind of cool. I thought Sprite was kind of cool and whatnot. And I just, whatever, man. My He-Man toys used to tear into those giant-sized freaking Rainbow Brites and the Barbies every single time that my friends couldn't come out to play or I wasn't allowed to come out to play. I'd be like, hey, sis, you want to play? And here come the He-Men. And just boom. And it would have to be He-Men because all my other toys were a lot smaller. And the He-Men were like the biggest toys that I had. It was 1983. Shut up. It was like the G.I. Joes are like this little big. At least the He-Men were like this and they had a chance against these giant Barbies and the bigger plush. This was actually a pretty good comic. I enjoy this comic book because this takes me back to, 1983 and all that when I was a little kid and just, it was cool, dude. It was cool. So, whatevs. If you're interested, if your masculinity can take it, then go grab the comic book. That's that. All right, guys. Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed.